I'm always looking for free things to do. This is one of them in Niagara Falls. I had to come here anyway. This is the sign. This is a demonstration wetland. They said I'm always looking for free stuff to do. I've been here before many times, but I've never broadcasted this place on YouTube. Cool. They don't charge to get in, but they do ask for donations if you can afford it. I give them a donation every so often. This is Noodles the corn snake. It's really just for little kids. Oh, there's something going on over there. I'll show you this sign. How's it going? This is Ontario, Canada, Niagara Falls. Heartland Forest. All the way from Israel, that's far. Well, you should enjoy this place. Super peaceful here. Kindness can be healing. Just gonna take my time and move slow through here. I'm not in any kind of rush. Got a little fluffy one. See that?
What is that?
Looks like a dandelion.
What, purple?
The fluffy one. These wild shapes. Nature has all these cool shapes. The sunflowers are not in bloom. From where I'm standing right now, I'm probably about 10 minutes by car from the falls. We've never filmed down by the falls. I guess we could go that way when we're done here. This walk isn't that long. This place has a pretty nice little walking trails. The Niagara River. I was kayaking over on the Niagara River the other day. Yeah, the Niagara River looks like a great place to go kayaking, but coming back was no fun. Fighting that current was brutal. Going the one way with the current was great. The 1 hour trip going was a 3 hour return trip fighting the current, non-stop paddling. No, I think that's oh, it could be then. Parking lot closes at 5. Be kind to everything that lives. That's a good policy. The what?
The remaining cars will be locked in. There's no other way to get out.
I guess once they chain that gate at 5, you're trapped. Don't want to stay here after 5. Proceed with caution. Oh, this place is perfectly safe. There was some kids last year that came here and trashed the place in the evening time. I remember hearing that story. I know the gyro on my selfie stick is broken, so it doesn't stop the wobbling anymore. So I'll try to stop every so often so you can get a clearer picture. I know last night I went to the Mad Child concert and I put the footage up, and it's like so many people were using the bandwidth in the area that it would look super choppy. It was still cool, but choppy. I had to put it in black and white just to stabilize the image quality because the color was just unbearable. But I was surprised too when my 14 Plus managed to survive the whole concert. We got, oh, Brandon, what's up? This guy's spitting facts. Got the old fitness station. We'll go this way first and then come back around in on that. This is the map of the area. Yeah, a live show last night was fun. Oh yeah? Everything comes from somewhere. Nothing's original. A lot of the things in here are like in memory of someone who passed. If you're looking for a nice, quiet little place to take a walk and you live in Niagara, this is a great place to come. Especially if you're stressed out and you just need to be alone. We got an in-memory chair over here on the side. A sweet little poem. They got these little fitness station signs telling you how to stretch, I guess, for older people. Come here. Cool. Yeah, I'll be home in a bit. There's a lot of mosquitoes in this forest. One went after me.
I'm surprised they don't spray. With how many kids they bring in there.
Yeah, you would think. It's Mr. and Mrs. Howell from Gilligan's Island. It's dry this time of year. Normally there's water all filling all these little... over that wooden house thing.
And that has that wooden path in the forest.
This is a completely different path. That can taste after a while. Another fitness station. Something moving on that left side. Must be a squirrel or something in that tree. No matter how slow you go, you're still lapping everybody on the couch.
Hi there.
How's it going?
How you doing?
All right. Beautiful dogs.
Good. Thank you so much. Good boy. Have a great day.
You too. I feel like I'm a mosquito's lunch.
Maybe that's why they're not coming after me so much. Oh, there's one on your head, the side of your cheek.
That's weird. They don't normally eat me like that.
I'm not being eaten for one. I'm more exposed to you.
Yeah, it's weird. They're biting me through my clothes.
It's all back in here.
Pure forest. That's the entrance. That's where they're coming from. Right off that side street.
Wow.
Poison ivy in this forest. I got poison ivy across the top of my hand when I was climbing down in Niagara on the lake last week. I was climbing up the side of the hill. Are we gonna shrink down and move in? There's another fitness station. My guess is this is where they sit and sing Kumbaya. Everywhere you go in nature in Niagara, you always hear traffic. Yeah, it's really, the water level is weirdly low. If you sat still here for more than a couple of minutes, you'd be eaten alive. Excuse me. Leaves haven't changed colors yet.
for a month left.
Yeah, there's summer's not over yet. It's still warm. We got at least another 3 weeks of warm. Let's give it that black and white touch and see how it looks. Oh yeah, look at that. They're
There's
active.
one stuck in your chain. It's like dead on your skin.
I felt it. Nature in black and white. Everything looks better in black and white, I swear. Just has more of a dramatic effect. Just waiting for Jason to pop out of the woods. There's a lot of stuff falling out of these trees. Forest Discovery Program, Heartland Forest staff use only. The audience numbers jump and drop and jump and drop. It's acorns. Yeah. It's acorns falling out of the trees all around us. Look. That's what that sound is. If you got a bag, you could collect them. They're edible. You just have to cook them. Fitness Station 7.
Kind of getting hit in the
Yeah,
head.
it's a distinct possibility that one drops right on your head. Yeah, this is great. It's Heartland Forest in Niagara Falls. It's sort of like a memorial forest because all these little benches have memorials. So I'm assuming there's like families of estates make donations to keep this place alive. Certain times of year, there's a lot more water here. Like you can see where it's all dried out. The black and white just gives everything this cool, old-timey effect. There is a lot of mosquitoes here. I can switch it.
You're standing in front of their home.
Yeah, I'm being eaten. I don't know, I'm a black and white guy, maybe I'm a little old-fashioned. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, see these little benches here? They're memorials. Some of them have poems on them. Here's another one. I don't know if they've placed ashes here or something. It's a possibility.
Because it says forever in the forest.
Yeah. Yeah, being stuck at home sucks. I'm outside all the time. I'm thinking maybe the ashes might get spread here. Forever in the forest, I think means there's part of you here. I think you nailed that on the head. I make it a point to get outside. Even when it gets cold, I got to make it a point to get outside. I know everybody, once it starts to get cold, who wants to get outside when it's cold, right? Guess everyone has their own reasons, though, that they're stuck inside. Hopefully it's just that you're working. Well, that's cool, yeah. I'm a city guy. I was born in the city. It wasn't until much later in life that I got to spend a lot more time. Like, we did have those little ravines and stuff, but nothing as nice as Niagara growing up in Toronto. There's a little observation deck here. This is more like what you normally see all the way around. But it seems like they've got less water at this time of year. Which is weird because we got a bunch of rain recently. Maybe they drained this water off for a purpose. It could be part of the canal system, so it's possible they siphon this water off when they need it. Something jumped. They caught it out of the corner of my eye. It was like a little frog or something, but I missed it. Oof. I remember this one day I had 2 ticks on me. Luckily I caught it. They didn't get past my clothes, but oof. My cat had one on his neck one time. I had to get the tweezers out and pull it out. It was very unpleasant. Yeah, there's so many flying mosquitoes here. I'm sure there's ticks. You can't see them though. They don't make noise. That's the bad thing about those little ticks. No, it's not. A friend of mine from a long time ago, their animal got it, and that was that. It's kind of like rabies. Once you get it, you're in a lot of trouble. because there's so many standing tiny little puddles in this forest. Nasty mosquito blood.
This one it gets colder. Again, mosquitoes.
Mm-hmm. No, when they bite you, yeah, you're supposed to take those ticks if you can. If you find the body, you're supposed to take it to the health board so they can test it. Even when your animal gets bit, you're supposed to get it tested. Winnie the Pooh, that's cute. There's more swamp back in there. Yeah, they want you to put it in a little baggie or something and send it to them. At the very least, mail it to them so they can test them. Because they want to know what areas especially have sick ticks in them, right? Because if you find one that has Lyme disease in a specific area, they got to warn people. There's another sign. Somehow we bypassed that whole log cabin thing. I think it's back that way. Let's go back. Let's go this way. Just another totem. Yeah, well, sometimes small towns have the greatest little spots that are like not on the map, you know? You just look for like spots where you might see a clump of forest, see if you can find an opening. I guess it depends on your age. If you're an older person, you might not want to crawl into the forest with all these bugs. You gotta love being outside. If you don't like being eaten by bugs, the forest is not a place for you to hang out. Like that just looks like a mosquito's bedroom, doesn't it? Look how green that is. It's like the ooze from the Ninja Turtles. Yeah, these little buggers are biting me right through my shirt. Well, this one's got a picture.
He was young.
He was young. It's unfortunate. This one's name is Mary Vanilli. Yeah, ours were they weren't exactly woods. They were more like the little spots over by the highway that they didn't tear down because they needed it to absorb water, like the Don Valley Parkway. They're more like ravines than forests. Yeah, it is. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. We're always happy to get new viewers. We just passed 1,000 subscribers recently, so we were really happy about that. We are rational, reasonable people, just peaceful people, you know, living a 5-year sober lifestyle and just trying to make the best of a negative, cruel world, you know, live in peace and love. That's what we do, you know. I'm an adventurer, an artist, a musician. I just create what I feel, you know. I live for art, you know. I work to get by, but I create art as a passion. Sharing with the world, you know, sharing my videos, sharing the places that I love to visit, especially nature's free, you know. I don't have a lot of money. I'm not a rich man by any means. Most of my money gets spent on gas so I can get to the places where I'm going, you know, and then we wander around, and we've always done this. We just never had cameras before. The camera thing is reasonably new. Oh, that's great. Congratulations. Yeah, getting away from drinking was the best decision I ever made. Tell you that right now, and it only gets better with time. You only get to know yourself more. The more, you know, I've been on a journey of self-discovery for years, and it, you know, every time you think you know everything, you find out you don't know everything, and you have to keep learning. That's kind of how it goes. Here's another sign. I've definitely met quite a few recovering drug addicts and alcoholics over the course of my lifespan, you know. I don't come from rich means. So, you know, I've lost 3 friends in the last couple of years to fentanyl, so I know all about it. My best friend himself has gone through struggles. He lives in BC, you know, he's an outreach worker himself, so we're in the industry of helping people and just trying to be positive, you know, and trying to be a positive role model on the world. The world doesn't accept positive things so easily. I definitely did myself. And now when I look back at it, I'm like, where did I find the time, or even how did I have the audacity to spend that much time drinking and ignoring things that were so much more important and so much right in my face? And, you know, you just, when you're trapped in that drinking, you can't see it. That's the problem, you know. You got to get away from it before you can see it. And you got to be critical of yourself. You have to be constantly assessing yourself and making sure that you're making the right decisions, not only for yourself, but for all the people around you. And sometimes those decisions are, you know, they're not always in everyone's best interest, but in the long run, if it's for the best, it's for the best, it's the best. And that's how it's got to be, even if it's to your own sacrifice. At least that's what I've found anyway. The things that hurt sometimes are the things that are best for us. That's exactly how I feel. I've lost a lot of good friends and family and things along the way. And you know, some things you can't make up for. All you can do is just forgive yourself and keep moving forward. You know, that's all it is. Sometimes it's to just leave sleeping dogs and just keep pushing forward and let things be how they are, you know, because even if you try to make up with some of those people, it doesn't always work out, because a lot of people who've seen you in that way will not be able to see you any other way. So I'm telling you, after 5 years, it's still that same way. People have difficulty seeing you for anything but what you were rather than who you are, you know. It's sad to say that, but judgment is what people do, and we're all guilty of it, right? I mean, we all do the same thing, really. We want to protect ourselves, right? And I would want to protect myself from that drunken version of me too. And every day that's what I'm doing. Protecting this version of me from that version of me. I'll never go back to that lifestyle. It would end me psychologically. And I've been down and out and low many times since then, but drinking will never be the answer for me again. Art's my answer, you know. I might paint or make music or just go live. Sometimes I just talk to this thing. I'll talk to my camera for hours, and random people just like you will come on and we'll have conversation, and that's it, you know. And it's a judgment-free zone when you're on any of the things that I'm on. We're not judging anybody. We're just trying to get through the day. Yeah, that's it. Once you're away from it, you can never go back. It took me a long time to wake up because I was trying to quit for the wrong reason, right? If you're trying to quit because someone's telling you to, or because you think that's what people expect, you're not going to quit. You have to want it. You have to really, really want it. So much so that it's the only thing that matters. I'm 43 myself. Trust me, I didn't wake up, and just luckily it wasn't too late. And it's never too late. I always say that, no matter how old you are, you put it down. You put the bottle down, you put the drugs down, you change your life immediately. As soon as you know something's wrong. That's the thing, once you reach a certain age, there's no more time for games. You know something's wrong, you fix it. That's it. Oh, you drank for 44 years. Yeesh, that's more than my whole life. Yeah, well, you're away from it now, you know. That's the main thing. Yeah, for a woman that must be even more trickier, because I would think as a female, the role of a female in society and the role of female in your family as matriarch is a little bit more complicated, right? So if you're intoxicated, that could probably be pretty damaging to some of those female relationships, like daughters and nieces and things. I could imagine. Oof. I know my brother and me, our relationship will never be the same just because of that. You know, the drinking spaced us for a long time, and you know, he's going through his own things, and I'm like thinking, you know, maybe my drinking somehow led to at least a small part of it where I should have been there when I wasn't. But you know, you can't blame yourself for other people's mistakes either. You know, it's like we all got to live with our own demons, you know. Nobody can really say what's going on in another person's mind. Well, that's the thing too, is, you know, I raised healthy, you know, functioning kids, but you still don't know what they remember, what's important to them and all that. You can't dictate it, right? It's one of those things. You know, it's like we see it one way, they see it another way. Just because they're successful, is it in spite of us or is it because of us? Who knows? You know, in the end, whoever really knows, drinking or not drinking. We never really know. That's that funny thing where it's like 8 billion people on this planet and everyone's living in a different reality. That's what I love about these videos and these things. Like, we can open up our version of reality to each other, complete strangers. That's me. I'm an open guy. I'll talk about anything, you know what I mean? I have nothing to hide. I'm Truman Show all day long. Something happening over there. You hear a bunch of loudspeakers or something? Well, let's go over this way and then we'll go across there. Or you want to... Is it a... Well, we'll go over there and check it out after we go this way. There's always chances to make things up, you know, with people. Well, hopefully. Unless a guy like aggressive, I guess sometimes. I know how that can be. Forgiveness is complicated. The reality is you got to prove to people that you really did change, you know what I mean? That's what it is overall. That's what it was for me. Even a couple of years into it, people still didn't. They're always waiting for the shoe to drop. You know what I mean? Like, even myself, I kept saying it was only 4 years. It passed into 5 years and I didn't even realize it. I got so used to saying 4 years just while I was smoking. I quit smoking. I thought it's been over 3 years now. I keep saying 2 years. It's like I'm undercutting my own time because I don't count the days. It's weird. It's funny how something's so much a part of your life 1 minute and then not anymore. And then you realize it was the one thing holding you back. Every mistake I can trace in my entire life leads back to drinking in some way. It was either the drinking caused me to act in a way I shouldn't have, or I wasn't somewhere where I was supposed to be, or I wasn't paying attention to the right things. You're asleep, basically. Yeah, I think that's why I drank. You know, it gave me the ability to shut down. You know, if anything, didn't matter what it was, what I was feeling, if it was good or bad or whatever. If I wanted to shut it down, a couple of drinks, that's it. I didn't feel anything. You couldn't hurt me. You couldn't get past the shield. None of it, you know? And I was locked into that. I got ADHD, so it was a match made in heaven, alcoholism and ADHD mixed with a little OCD. It actually took psilocybin to break me out of it. That was the crazy part, is that I took a massive dose of magic mushrooms, and I had this really super intense experience. And when I came out on the other side of it, that was it. I didn't crave alcohol anymore. I didn't need it. I didn't want it. And I haven't had a sip of it since. I never went to AA or any of that. It was weird. It was like a switch or something flipped in my brain, finally allowing me to see how much I was being held back, you know. And once you realize you can change, you keep changing things. You keep trying to evolve, and things will get in your path. Trust me. The more you try to change, the more you try going in a positive direction. I found that I kept getting resistance, and you put up boundaries and you get more resistance and you lose people, and it is what it is, you know, like that's what change is all about. Sometimes you got to change people, places, and things. And those who don't want to grow with you are just going to stand in your path. Yeah, now luckily I can't even think about touching that stuff anymore. If I even think about it, it makes my stomach turn. Like I smoke a little herbs, but that's as far as I need these days. I don't take Tylenol. I was taking ibuprofen for body pain for a long time, and not anymore, nothing, just completely natural. I only eat natural food. I try to stay as healthy as I can. I want to live longer. You know, it's funny. For years when I was a drinker, I didn't care about life, you know. I just thought, everybody dies. But the further I got away from the drinking, the more I started enjoying and loving my own life. And then the more you love your own life, the more you're not willing to accept negative behaviors from other people, the more you want to put up boundaries to protect yourself, and the more people pull away from you because you're not giving them that gratification that they were once getting from you so easily. That's the crazy thing about life. It constantly changes. When you're in any kind of relationship, even with children, anything, you know what I mean? You got to shift and grow and adapt with time. And if you don't, then you're just standing in your own path. That's the problem, you know? And sometimes you got to know when to let people go. Relationships end. Even inside of families, you know, you got to get rid of some family members if you have to, if they're toxic. That can just lead to more problems, it leads you right back to the drinking. Or even worse, they still look at you like you're drinking and make you feel that same way you did when you were drinking, but you're not drinking anymore, you know? But it takes you right back to that same emotional place, which is just as damaging. Listen to me rambling on. Wow, this place is so beautiful. I did not wear a hat today. That was probably a mistake. I just got a haircut, so my whole neck is exposed. There's a sign over here and there's another bench. You know what? Sometimes that's exactly what it is. And you know what? When stay alone your whole life, you know what I mean? Find people to talk to, even if it's just this kind of thing, this kind of interaction, you know? Don't close yourself off to the world just because you've had to deal with negative situations and negative people. Because I know I fell into that same thing, thinking that there's no kind people, there's no good people in this world, everybody has negative intentions, but the reality is this: I don't. And if I don't, there's got to be more people like me. It's just a matter of being patient enough of waiting for them to find you, just like you found me now. You can hit that subscribe button whenever I go live. You're more than welcome to talk to me anytime you like. I'm an incredibly friendly guy. I have over 10,000 followers on TikTok. I have what, 1,030 something here on YouTube, a couple thousand on Facebook, at least another few, like 300-400 on Instagram. So there we losing the connection. I look in this world, all you see is what? You either see these people living these amazing lives or you see these people living these horrible lives. And you never see that middle area where people are just doing what I'm doing right now. Just living, just trying to get by, just trying to be happy. You know, we got to create our own happiness. Oh yeah. Well, I have a website. You can find the links in my thing if you ever want to check out other parts of my work. It's www.2Gstylesartandmusic.com. Yeah, I created everything you see. The only thing I didn't create is some of the music and shorts and things like that that I've used it as professional artists. You're allowed to use their music. So sometimes I'll pick songs that are in alignment with the mood of whatever I'm creating. I don't really have a niche per se. I kind of do whatever I want. I don't really follow the algorithm or worry about what's going to happen or about money or any of all that. I create for the sake of creating. Whatever comes naturally from it is what comes. You know, I don't try to force the universe. I tried to do that for a long time and it didn't get me very far. In and out, in and out. Yeah, if we completely drop out, it's the signal. We're pretty deep into the forest. Yeah, some of the people who watch my content literally just got TikTok accounts and stuff just so they could see my content. Because I've posted over 1,500 videos on TikTok, all unique, each one its own brand of of meat, I guess. You have to see it to understand it. Most people or another, but I'm really interested to see what that guy's yelling about. You have a lovely day too. Nice meeting you. Okay, the signals keeps chopping out.